What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you this morning with more Danmachi. And today we're going to be talking about, I just recorded this overnight, but this morning, we're going to be talking about the new tale. All the things you need to know, what you need to be doing. I have not even started on this, honestly. I was farming up the old tale, and hopefully you guys did too. Like, there were unlimited Exilia books in the old tale. The previous one that just left, the Goblin Slayer one. And that's phenomenal. Whenever you see that, you gotta take advantage. Now, in the exchange this time, we have some interesting stuff. We've got a Hero Medal and Flame Amulet. That's pretty normal stuff. If you played the last tale, you get these two. You got one more set before you get a Prism Bond of each type. I usually recommend holding on to your Hero Medals and Flame Amulets. There's no limit to how many you can turn in. So until you actually need them, I recommend holding on to them personally. Okay? The usual, though, that we generally either have that or a ticket, and we've got those this time. We got Hero Lights and Ascension Falna, Gnome tickets. Now, Gnome tickets are the tickets that you acquire that give you star bonds. So, definitely worth farming as well. Event unit tickets, so you can get some of the back free-to-play units. And even if you don't need those units, or like me, like I've had every single one of those units MLB'd, this is actually really good because you can sell those units for Serios. And if you want to know more about that, the video that we drop at the beginning of the month, it's going to come this Sunday. Stay tuned for that video. I'll explain everything you need to know on there about Serios and Dukes. I know we have a lot of new people in the game. Okay? You got Faith Stones. Those are the stones that you sell to the, donate to the Familia to help us rank up. Got Smelting Stones. You know, this is nothing out of the ordinary here. And, of course, you've got the full complement of 2-star tickets. You should always take advantage of those because those 2-star tickets can become 4 stars. And, worst case scenario, even if they're just 2 stars, sell them for Serios. Now, what I like here, most of the time, Falna is limited. 90% of the time, Falna is limited to 50 units. It is unlimited here. Absolutely unlimited. Now, I know the Falna quest, and it's also worth mentioning that currently we're in a campaign. So, the Falna quests, all of them are open, and all of them are dropping double rewards. If you happen to go to the Exilia quest, I'm not going to unlock it right now, but the Exilia books, those are currently half stamina. So, roughly the same thing, if I'm honest. Whether you play, pay full stamina to get double the rewards, or pay half stamina to get the normal rewards, it's 6 1 half dozen the other. But know that we are in that campaign right now. Also worth noting, I believe all the stories, every single one of the stories are actually half priced as well. So if you go out here, it'll tell you, campaign, and it'll show you the little campaign icon next to each one of the stories. All 4 stories are part of the campaign right now, and it's half stamina to run the story events. So make sure you're taking advantage of that too. But let's go back to the event here. So you should be using this to farm up Falna. But per usual, we also have a gacha. Now, before I get to the gacha, the free-to-play bell, if I go up here all the way to the top, you're going to get the first unit of your free-to-play bell when you finish normal. Let's go over here to hard. So you get a bond when you complete it, and a bond halfway through, and very hard's going to be roughly the same thing. Yeah, there we are. So you can MLB this, the free-to-play bell, through the event, and then you don't have to get them with the event unit exchange. I do recommend MLBing the free-to-play units. It does work out because you do get a lot of iris for doing that. Plus it's another unit that you can use for dispatch quests or whatever. Even if you don't need, like, another bell, if you're not going to use them at all, still MLB them because it's free iris. And when it comes to dispatch quests, sometimes they're like, we need 4 or 5 bells. You have an MLB'd 4-star bell at your beckoning call any given point in time. So I do recommend that. Also worth noting here, the draws on this one are half price. Normally, it would be 10 units. 10 of these little snowflake-looking things. What are they called? I'm not sure what they're called. Medals required this time. 5 instead of 10. 10 is normal. Under resort medals is what they're called. Sure, we'll go with that. Looks like a damn snowflake to me. I know it's not, but it looks like one. Don't at me. Don't at me. So, per usual, you got 15 rounds. Each round is going to give you a 3-star ticket. Basically, when you run this and you farm up a bunch of those medals, you come in here, you exchange them just like any other gacha in the game, and it's going to, randomly draw all these. If this is your first time, it's a little weird, but trust me, you'll get into it really, really quickly. The first time that you draw a 3-star ticket, you can go up here and you can click reset items up there at the very tippy top. This will actually go from 1 to 1 to 0. So you won't be able to draw a second 3-star ticket until you reset items. This is round 1. You have up to round 15. After round 15, or at round 15, instead of a 3-star ticket, that's going to be a 4-star guaranteed ticket. Take advantage, guys. Take advantage of this gacha. Don't sleep on this. That's huge. Free 4-star ticket. Now, I'm going to go and I don't think it's a new free 4-star, one of the new ones. I think it's just going to be a generic 4-star ticket. So don't get too terribly excited. But is a free 4-star ever a bad thing? Whatever. Now, the way you do this is it's going to require 50 of these little medals. Normally it's 100. This time around it's 50. Every time you have 50, you come down here, see where it says draw 1, draw 2. That's going to say draw 10. It's going to randomly populate 10 of these. Hopefully one of them is a 3-star ticket. And then obviously every time you pull, if you don't pull a 3-star ticket, that percentage will actually increase. So next time you have a higher probability. That said, as you go in the rounds, that 2.5% for the 3-star ticket is going to inevitably start going down. We've got Supple Silver and Withered Branch. Those are the two new things for the two new units that we've got to craft their weapons, and I highly recommend that. You get Hero Fauna, if nothing else, for crafting that. Dungeon Sandwiches, Book of Knowledge, Single Flower, those are all in here. Just CP items. Falna is in here. Exilia books are in here. And it's Falna of all sizes. So it just really pays. Even if you do all 15 rounds, you get to round 16. At round 16, that ticket turns into Hero Falna, and you can still pull all of this other stuff. So that's what I did with the last event. I probably got, I don't know, a dozen Hero Falna out of it, but I got a ton of CP items, a ton of Falna, and all that stuff. It is well worth doing this, even after you've collected all the tickets. Just remember, when you get a 3-star ticket, hit reset. You get that 4-star ticket, hit reset, and when you're on round 16, which it never gets higher than that, just round 16 replicates, if you've gotten a Hero Falna, hit reset items. It'll bring it all back. Pretty straightforward stuff. It's really not that difficult, but make sure you are taking advantage. Leave none of this on the table, because even though you've run it and you've gotten all your stuff from it, under very hard, you should run boss 120. You should run boss 120 over and over and over and over and over again to farm up. That's how you actually get the medals to farm up the exchange. And obviously that one being very hard and being the last actual boss fight is going to drop the maximum number of medals. Okay? So make sure you're farming this, guys. It's really, really, really important. Really important. That's kind of that. I mean, there's not really a whole heck of a lot else to really talk about. Obviously, if we go in here to Guild, there are rewards for acquiring those crystals. So, earn crystal drop, cluster, times 640. You'll get 20 more gnome tickets. Remember, gnome tickets go towards a star bond. Well, a number of things you can get, but I think star bonds are really the best for gnome tickets. But whatever you want to do, like, don't sleep on gnome tickets. I don't think you ever honestly run out of gnome tickets that you can farm, but I got a ton of them out of the last round. So don't sleep on it, guys. Go farm it up. It's well worth. And honestly, you should just be doing tons and tons and tons of it every day. Now, an interesting addition here. I'll go ahead and just run the first one. Okay, let's go back to normal. Let's go down here. All right. An interesting addition to this. When you are running, and I'm not going to actually read all the story. When you're running this event and you get to that last stage, we now have an auto rerun button. Yes. Let's go ahead and let them finish, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you want to like quickly farm the stage, you don't have to go to all the trouble of clicking skip and then going back to the main page and then checking your team and then going back in and waiting for everything to set up. No, 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 no. This is going to make it stupid easy. I'm going to do it on round 1 just because I'm silly like that, but it's going to be a good example of how you do it once you get to that premium round. All right? Very hard of 120 is basically where you want to do this. Not where I'm going to do it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, at the bottom here, you'll see a play again button. All right? If you've S-cleared this, I believe you have to S-clear it. It'll give you a play again button. Just click that, and it throws you right back into the fight. So it makes farming super quick. I think yesterday I blew... It dropped at like something like 5 in the afternoon or something like that. You could actually update the game and get it. And I think I blew, I don't know, 100 or something, maybe even more stamina worth of, different types of potato snacks and the chocolates. But like literally way more than 100 potato snacks worth of stamina was blown in the afternoon. And normally that wouldn't even be possible. Load times, everything just get way too crazy. So take advantage of that. That thing is just one of the most insane assets they've given us. One of the just best quality of life updates we've gotten in a good bit of time. I'll make a whole video about that. I think it's a really cool addition. I have my criticisms of it, but I'm going to make a whole video of that, and I'll probably release it on Saturday. But that, for now, is going to be the video, guys. Go take care of that. Go in here at the exchange. Start exchanging your stuff and empty this. Like, honestly, if you're really playing this actively, you probably will have this whole thing drained in the first week, or at least of all the good stuff. And then you can kind of pick and choose from there. Because I know for me, I really need to farm up my Falna. My Falna is hurting right now, so having unlimited Falna is going to be a huge, huge asset. I can't stress that enough. You should end... My goal is to end this with about 1,100 or more Falna of each type before we move on to the next event. And that's including all the awakenings and everything I'm going to be doing. So you should aim for something similar. You have 35 days, guys. No excuse. 35 days. That's going to be the video. Let me know what y'all thought in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up on Booker. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date. I'll be back at you guys with more Danmachi. We're going to talk about Record Buster later today, so stay tuned for that.